What makes an animal risk its life for a human? In this breathtaking sequel, we explore 20 more extraordinary moments when animals became unlikely heroes. Could your pet be just as heroic as you? Amid a rushing river, an elephant spotted a man struggling to stay afloat. With urgency, the elephant bravely dove into the water to push him to safety. The dog saw its owner in danger when she collapsed on the street and couldn't call for help. It used its intelligence to find help and led rescuers to her aid in time. Thanks to its loyal companion, the woman's life was saved. Danger can strike when you least expect it, even in your own home. A burglar breaks in, threatening a man's life, but his loyal dog intervenes in time. It's proven once again that heroes often walk on four legs. Cats may seem like simple pets, but they can be life-saving companions. Switzerland is famous for its training of rescue dogs, especially the St. Bernard breed. Globally, about 33% of households keep a dog as a pet, with the exact percentage varying by region. Has your family ever had a pet that acted as a guard? Share your experience in the comments below. In places like Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho, the presence of wolves impacts local life. In a tense moment, a small dog's brave bark saved its owner from danger. Danger can strike at any time for wildlife keepers in zoos. But in this image, you can see a tiger rush to protect a man from a sudden leopard attack, showing how sudden and powerful the protective instincts of wild animals can be. What if the girl had not been with the dog? I think something bad could have happened. Parents especially need to be careful and avoid letting their children near the beach without an adult present. The cat saved an 8-year-old boy walking nearby from being attacked by a stray dog. And the boy was fortunately unharmed. In 2023, more than 1,000 fines were issued for uncontrolled pets. Golden Retriever runs 25 miles to save boy from neighbour's aggressive dog. Large dogs, if not kept safe, can be extremely dangerous, with more than 4.5 million dog bites reported last year. At 1:00, a brave pit bull stopped an intruder from entering the house, chasing him away to protect his owner. You can imagine the fear of facing a burglar, but how would you feel knowing that your pet would risk everything to keep you safe? Street dogs bravely teamed up to save a truck driver from a leopard attack in a display of loyalty. The presence of leopards in populated areas remains a pressing issue that requires urgent government intervention to ensure safety and control. Brown bears attacking homes in Alaska is no longer a surprise, and through video footage, the homeowner must be grateful to the dog who successfully chased away this 100-pound bear. Reflectors along the highway also help reduce accidents by 50% by redirecting headlights to warn of wild boar areas. Because a second of caution can save the lives of humans and animals. When a herd of camels crosses the road, truck drivers should not panic. Instead, slow down and gradually flash your lights. Camels are tough creatures, and colliding with a 1,300-pound animal could completely destroy your truck. Are you taking the risk? Trains cannot slow down suddenly or change lanes, so accidents with elephants are no longer a surprise to South Africans. The only solution at the moment is to install a fence system. Every racer knows they have to deal with speed, weather and mechanical failure, but a 1,000-pound animal sprinting onto the track? It's a nightmare that no one is prepared for. Without a crash helmet, a split second can cause life-changing injuries for a racer. The 2026 crash in Finland left not only a damaged car, but also an injured animal. Will it recover? No one can say for sure. Every collision like this disrupts the ecosystem. Comment 0 if you want to know how the authorities handle these cases. A chicken on the track, where did it come from? No one knows for sure. And for anyone thinking of running into the track to catch it, don't do it. That's not brave, that's dangerous. The impact was brutal, shaking everything inside. The last time cattle owners had to follow grazing regulations. When should they be locked up? If you know, please share. Disaster has struck. That was exactly what was going through my mind the moment the car hit that cow. Should there be a ban on cattle grazing in light of the events that have occurred? Luckily, no one was injured this time because the car in the video was equipped with an anti-collision safety system. But not all cases end this way. The motion sensor warning system warns the driver before an animal crosses the road, which I think will help drivers be more vigilant. At 45 miles per hour, a horse, which can weigh up to 1,200 pounds, can destroy a car. You might think that sitting safely in your car is enough, but think again. If we are to curb this danger, more fencing and better control of pastures are urgently needed. Suddenly, a wild boar appears right in front of your car. This unexpected visitor can bring your day to a screeching halt. In fact, simply slamming on the brakes isn't enough. You need to know if your route is prone to invasive species to stay safe. Japan's roads in Hokkaido are no stranger to unexpected and dangerous encounters with invasive species. Reports suggest that more than 3,000 collisions involving deer occur each year on rural highways with limited visibility. To combat this, Japan has deployed acoustic deterrents to keep animals and drivers safe. E4 motorway. Headlights cast a giant shadow. Reindeer or moose? Do you recognize it? Share what you see. In Sweden, the damage is up to 25 million USD. The government needs to install more wildlife warning signs and fencing to prevent the worst damage.
Oh my god, oh my god! Oh my god! Holy sh**.
Without these dash cams, we might never have noticed the chaos unfolding on the roads outside. This is the reality on Japan's highways, where wild monkeys pose a constant threat. Staying alert in these situations is essential to your safety. Imagine you're driving down a desert highway and suddenly, bam, a giant camel appears. In countries like Saudi Arabia, where camels roam freely and truck drivers routinely drive at speeds of 75 miles per hour, accidents happen. Some areas have since adopted GPS tracking systems and reflective collars. But is that enough to prevent these horrific accidents? Texas has 5 times the feral hog population as Japan, but the number of nighttime collisions is alarming at more than 2,000 a year. In addition to building fences, people need to be educated about dangerous roads and how to identify wild hogs by their eye reflexes in the dark. Is the most dangerous time on Japanese roads, especially in the mornings and evenings when black bears frequently cross the road in search of food before hibernating. They weigh about 220 pounds, are smaller than North American black bears, but a slight collision can send a car spinning out of control. Drivers must not only hold onto the wheel, but also be alert. As you may know, invasive species are not able to perceive danger from vehicles, which makes them easily panic and rush across the road at high speed. Drivers should always be proactive in slowing down and be ready to stop immediately when they see signs of a deer about to cross. The fence surrounding the vehicle seems to be a safety solution for the driver, but for the monkey it is just a small challenge. As shown in the video, although the driver honked the warning horn, the collision could not be avoided. This is a reminder that prevention lies in physical measures and must rely on the driver's awareness. Still in the Hokkaido region of Japan, lacking lighting on some rural roads in 2023, there were 5,287 traffic accidents with deer, and nearly 40% occurred during the mating season in October and November. In my opinion, it's important to implement appropriate lighting systems and other safety measures to quickly protect drivers and invasive species. 2 donkeys ran into their headlights. The glass shattered, and within seconds the front of the car was badly damaged. You also know that donkeys are stubborn and run very fast when startled. If livestock are not properly controlled, these collisions will continue to happen. What do you think about the installation of warning signs in areas where livestock are farmed? In 2021, Japan was rocked by a series of serious collisions between cars and black bears. The hundreds of pounds of beasts charged out of the darkness, but the drivers were fortunately unhurt. Authorities were forced to warn drivers to turn on their headlights and slow down, but was that enough when bears were unaware of the danger? This is the consequence of unregulated grazing. The farmer may lose a few sheep, but the driver risks losing control of the vehicle. In India, sheep grazing is prohibited from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. by law for road safety. This rule has been in place for over 15 years. The red car rolled slowly, but still could not avoid a big collision. What would happen if the driver went over 50? To ensure the safety of people and goats, the Indian government should plan grazing areas and build fences. Winters in Alaska can be harsh, with heavy snowstorms blocking roads from November to March. Visibility is limited, but there is an added risk of wild boar crossing the road, and it may be advisable to limit travel at this time. Comment 1 if you agree that installing streetlights on major roads is essential to ensure driver safety. As of early 2025, Hokkaido, Japan has reported no cases of people being affected by collisions with animals. But does that mean we should ignore the risks? Absolutely not. Installing wildlife overpasses and underpasses has been shown to reduce deer-related crashes by up to 85% in places like Wyoming and Colorado. But is that enough? Drivers should always be alert, slow down in high-risk areas, and obey warning signs. At the Dakar Rally, riders push their limits at speeds of up to 120 miles per hour, but a sudden collision with a bull sends shockwaves through the race. Hard to believe, right? Luckily, the riders are protected by helmets, but the unexpected incident is a stark reminder of the dangers that lurk on the racetrack. The surprises don't stop there, with invasive species moving onto the railway tracks. We all know that trains need to stop at least 1,500 yards away to avoid derailing other cars. But the sight of a camel suddenly appearing on the tracks is terrifying. Immediately alert the train crew and act quickly to prevent a tragedy. I was so nervous when the horse hit the rails, but was really lucky that it escaped in time when it heard the warning bell. In moments like these, every second counts. If you see a truck stuck in a dangerous situation, don't just stand there and watch. Pick up the phone and call emergency services. Your quick response could prevent a disaster. In the middle of winter, huge flocks of starlings across the United States reduce visibility for drivers to almost zero.
They didn't move!
What would you do in this situation? Would you slow down, swerve, or stop? I think you should turn on your hazard lights and pull over to the side of the road to be safe. A family of mallards never expected their journey to turn into chaos as the blue truck rolled forward. In areas where invasive species cross, adding tunnels or warning signs could help prevent tragedies like this. Sudden stops after hitting a deer often result in rear-end collisions, adding to the danger. This is a stark reminder of the delicate balance between urban development and wildlife habitat. Driver awareness programs are critical to reducing these incidents. If you see collisions like this on the road, the fastest way is to call the support centre for help.
Oh!
37. Every captured moment tells a story of escapes, unexpected dangers, and lessons we can't ignore. But awareness is the first step. Based on data from the Department of Animal Health, over the past 5 years, there have been more than 1,000 recorded attacks by baboons in Florida. These attacks injured at least 100 people, some of whom were hospitalized. They throw objects at tourists and are ready to attack to compete for food, causing chaos on the streets. Recently, their intrusion into residential areas has become a serious problem. The main cause is the decline of their natural habitat, deforestation and human encroachment into forest areas, forcing them to search for new food sources and living spaces. To solve this situation, since 2021, the Mississippi government has introduced a controversial solution-controlled hunting. However, not everyone can participate. Hunters must be 18 years of age or older, have a valid city hunting license, and possess a firearms certificate. This activity is only permitted in designated suburban and rural areas. Low recoil rifles are the preferred weapon, and hunting of young or pregnant baboons is strictly prohibited. Baboons are very intelligent creatures, usually living in small groups of 2 to 5 individuals. To hunt them successfully, hunters need camouflage skills, patience and observation abilities. They must hide in their natural environment, keep absolutely silent, and wait for the right moment. Hunting requires high concentration and good professional experience. Beginners need thorough training to improve their skills and understanding of their behavior before participating in actual hunting activities. The hunting program achieved major results in 2023. Official figures show that around 9,500 baboons were destroyed. While impressive, experts believe this is not enough to fully control primate populations. However, this effort has had a positive impact. The Mississippi Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates the hunting program has contributed to a 20% decline in numbers from 2021 compared to 2023. Hunters here recounted that their hunt encountered many difficulties due to harsh weather and steep terrain. Weather temperatures can reach up to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Hunters built a camouflage tent made from simple materials and used fruit bait such as ripe oranges, bananas, and apples. Professional hunting weapons and long-range binoculars help hunters observe and shoot accurately from a safe distance. After many hours of patient waiting, they successfully defeated 5 monkeys. Hunters use dark camouflage outfits to help them approach their prey secretly. They approach targets at a distance of 50 to 100 feet. At this distance, hunters can aim and shoot accurately while still remaining safe, and it is difficult for them to detect hunters. Firearms will be provided by the Hunting Management Agency. After completing the hunting season, hunters must return their guns to the authorities so that they don't use guns for other purposes. The hunting season starts from September to January of the following year and is strictly managed. Helps control and maintain natural ecosystem balance. Each hunter must register and receive a hunting license before participating, and this license requires reporting the number of baboons hunted. The government organizes community education activities about hunting and how to handle situations when attacked by baboons. Each year, Mississippi offers these courses twice, in early spring and early fall. This time was chosen to ensure that people have enough time to prepare and equip themselves with knowledge before the hunting season begins. These courses usually include theory and practical sessions. Hunting baboons in extreme ways will certainly not avoid controversy, especially from animal protection organizations. This raises the question of why the state of Mississippi did not use more humane measures. However, when faced with reality, humane measures such as contraception, relocation or hunting bans face many challenges in preventing attacks and controlling the increase in baboon numbers. These measures are often expensive, require large resources, and take a long time to see results. I grew up in a rural area where hunting and herding were an integral part of the Australian way of life. My father and the villagers devoted their lives to fighting the threats of nature. In particular, the dingo, the animal that has been dubbed the king of the Australian wilderness. One afternoon, I heard a long drawn-out cry coming from near my farm. It was the howling of dingoes. Dingoes have been in Australia for about 4,000 years, and they have adapted quickly to become an important part of the ecosystem here. But in recent years, the dingo population has exploded, causing serious environmental and economic impacts. Currently, their population is estimated to be between 250,000 and 350,000, double what it was a decade ago. This sudden increase has become a major threat to the sheep industry and buffalo populations. In addition, the Australian culture and way of life, which is rooted in sheep farming, is the story of the beginning of the war between humans and wildlife. Australia is one of the world's leading sheep farming nations, with the second largest sheep population in the world at around 70 million. The sheep industry is an important source of income and an integral part of Australia's cultural heritage. In 2022, our region suffered serious damage due to a surprise attack by dingoes. In April 2022, scientists in Australia discovered that dingoes were suffering from a rapidly spreading infectious disease. Sheep attacked by dingoes are strictly culled and are not allowed to be used for meat to prevent the risk of spreading the disease. This disease has turned some areas such as New South Wales and Queensland into epidemic hotspots. The cost of medical measures to control and treat this disease has reached about 20 million USD. Due to the serious damage caused by dingoes, my father and the people in the area decided to participate in the installation and construction of fences to protect their livestock. This was done around May 2022, when the attacks had increased and affected the safety of the people. The cost of installing fences around farms in Australia has reached about 15 million USD. The Australian people participating in building fences has created a culture of solidarity, working together to protect property. The fences are designed to be about 6 feet high enough to prevent dingoes from entering the farm. At this height, dingoes will have a lot of difficulty getting through and attacking sheep, helping to minimize damage to farmers. The fences are installed automatically by modern machinery, reducing human effort and increasing protection. The total length of fences surrounding farms in Australia is up to about 3,500 miles. The fencing method only lasted for about 5 years. The main reason was the high cost of repairs and the rapid increase in the number of dingoes, which made it no longer feasible. In response, the Australian government had to take a more extreme measure to deal with this problem. Australian farmers who participate in dingo hunting are paid around $2,000 for each successful hunt. They also undergo professional training, which requires participants to be between the ages of 25 and 55. They undergo 3 training courses to ensure they have the skills and knowledge to hunt safely and effectively. These courses not only improve hunting skills, but also focus on protecting themselves from dangerous situations that may arise when facing dingoes. Since dingoes are usually nocturnal, Australian hunters usually move and hunt between dusk and dawn. To ensure human safety and to stay away from livestock farms, hunt ears often choose wild areas far from residential areas. During night hunting, hunters often use rifles with thermal scopes. These tools help hunters detect and track dingo movements in the dark, improving their ability to aim accurately in low light conditions. Hunters also need to keep a distance of at least 100 feet to avoid being detected by dingoes, thereby increasing the success rate of hunting. Thanks to these hunting measures, Australians have reduced the number of dingoes in the area by about 30,000, helping to protect livestock and maintain security on farms. Dingo hunting has been widely supported by the Australian public, and in the following sections I will show you how people here set traps to effectively stop dingoes. Hunters can pinpoint their exact location by looking at the droppings they leave on the ground. With this method, they have dealt with millions of dingoes. If you want to know more important information about hunting activities, please leave your comments below. Thank you for following the story of the land where I was born. God will bless your family if you share the video. Please watch part 2.
These approaches have been great at stopping the spread of some invasive species. Got any ideas for even better solutions? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can all dive into it together. Thanks for sticking around and watching the whole video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And hey, be sure to tell your friends about us too so they can check it out. Bye and see you in the next video.
What makes an animal risk its life for a human? In this breathtaking sequel, we explore 20 more extraordinary moments when animals became unlikely heroes. Could your pet be just as heroic as you? Amid a rushing river, an elephant spotted a man struggling to stay afloat. With urgency, the elephant bravely dove into the water to push him to safety. The dog saw its owner in danger when she collapsed on the street and couldn't call for help. It used its intelligence to find help and led rescuers to her aid in time. Thanks to its loyal companion, the woman's life was saved. Danger can strike when you least expect it, even in your own home. A burglar breaks in, threatening a man's life, but his loyal dog intervenes in time. It's proven once again that heroes often walk on 4 legs. Cats may seem like simple pets, but they can be life-saving companions. Switzerland is famous for its training of rescue dogs, especially the St. Bernard breed. Globally, about 33% of households keep a dog as a pet, with the exact percentage varying by region. Has your family ever had a pet that acted as a guard? Share your experience in the comments below. In places like Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho, the presence of wolves impacts local life. In a tense moment, a small dog's brave bark saved its owner from danger. Danger can strike at any time for wildlife keepers in zoos. But in this image, you can see a tiger rush to protect a man from a sudden leopard attack, showing how sudden and powerful the protective instincts of wild animals can be. What if the girl had not been with the dog? I think something bad could have happened. Parents especially need to be careful and avoid letting their children near the beach without an adult present. The cat saved an 8-year-old boy walking nearby from being attacked by a stray dog. And the boy was fortunately unharmed. In 2023, more than 1,000 fines were issued for uncontrolled pets.